Thinking about moving to Torrance? Hold on, there are some things you need to know first. Believe it or not, I've met plenty of people who actually regretted their decision to move here, at least in the beginning. But here's the twist. Most of them didn't leave, they stayed. Why? Because over time, those regrets turn into reasons to love this place. So in this video, I'm breaking down 10 of the most common complaints I hear and why Torrance might still be exactly what you're looking for. And I promise you, number 10 is the one most people are surprised at. So let's get into it. Number 1, the marine layer mornings. Torrance is in Southern California, so naturally people move here expecting sunshine 24/7. But what catches a lot of newcomers off guard is the marine layer, that coastal fog that rolls in almost daily during the warmer months. Mornings can feel damp, gray, and cooler than you'd expect. It's not exactly the postcard beach weather people envision, but over time, many folks come to appreciate it, especially when they realize it keeps the summers from getting scorching hot, like in some of the inland areas. Number 2 is the traffic on Hawthorne Boulevard. Hawthorne Boulevard is one of the main arteries of Torrance, and during peak hours, or any hour, it can feel more like a parking lot. People think if they don't have to commute on one of our freeways, like the 405, they won't have to encounter traffic, but that couldn't be farther from the truth. Even on surface streets, if you're commuting daily, it might start to wear on you. The lights, the left turns, the sheer volume of cars, it's not always smooth sailing. But here's the thing, most places you need to get to in Torrance, whether it's the grocery store, the mall, dropping off kids, or the beach, it's usually within 10 or 15 minutes. You learn to take alternate routes and stay off Hawthorne. So while the traffic can be annoying, your overall commute time is still better than in most parts of LA. Number 3, it's not as trendy as other beach cities in the South Bay. If you're coming from Venice, West LA, or even Hermosa or Manhattan, Torrance might feel a little plain, sleepy suburban. There's no big nightlife scene, no rooftop bars with ocean views. Some people regret moving here because it doesn't have that high energy, trendy vibe. But what you get instead is a calm, family-friendly atmosphere, less noise, and way fewer parking headaches. It's a place where people know their neighbors and kids ride their bikes in the streets. If that's your pace, then Torrance is a perfect match. And the nice thing is those trendy beach cities are only 5 to 15 minutes away. Number 4, home prices can still shock you. Many people look to Torrance thinking they'll get a bargain compared to Manhattan Beach or Palos Verdes. And while that's true to an extent, sticker shock is still real. Entry-level homes can easily cross the $1 million mark depending on the neighborhood. The regret here is usually financial. Like, did I overpay for this little house? Should I have gone inland instead? But for most, that regret fades quickly when they realize that what they've invested in is excellent schools, strong property values, and a safe, well-kept community with some of the best weather in LA. Number 5, it's big and spread out. Torrance isn't one uniform city. It's made up of several distinct neighborhoods. You've got North Torrance, West Torrance, Southwood, Hollywood Riviera, and they all feel very different. Some are more suburban, others are closer to the beach. If you move here without doing your homework, you might end up regretting the neighborhood you picked, so it's good to research. But once you get to know the layout, you realize that the variety actually gives you options. Whether you want a quiet cul-de-sac, a gated community with amenities, charming bungalows in old historic Torrance, or a spot near some nightlife. Torrance has so much to offer, but it really helps to work with a local expert who can guide you towards the best fit for what you're looking for and the areas you want to stay away from. Number 6, it's too safe. Wait, what? This one might sound strange, but I've had clients say Torrance felt too quiet after moving from a big city. It's one of the safest cities in the South Bay, and that's amazing. But if you're used to late night action and bars and busy streets, it can feel sleepy. The upside, you can walk your dog at midnight without worry. It's great for families, retirees, and anyone who wants peace of mind. Just don't expect wild parties on your block. Number 7, the school pressure is real. Torrance is known for its top-tier schools, but that comes with its own set of challenges. Parents and students alike can feel the pressure to perform. It can be intense. There's a strong culture of academic excellence, and that can be overwhelming if you're not prepared for it. But at the same time, that environment also opens up incredible opportunities, from AP programs to strong sports and arts departments. It's one of the reasons many families stay, even if the pressure is part of the package. A great way to check out the school ratings is at sites like niche.com or greatschools.org, where you can compare between Torrance schools and other South Bay cities, or even compare the schools within Torrance. Torrance is really large with 4 different zip codes, and which neighborhood you live in can really impact the quality of education, so it really pays to do your research. Number 8, you're close to the beach, but not always on it. One big regret people mentioned, thinking they'd be at the beach every day. And the reality is, unless you live in Hollywood Riviera or right on the western side of the city that is adjacent to the beach, you're probably driving, and so is everyone else. Beach parking is a competition, especially on weekends. But still, you're only 10 to 15 minutes away from the coast, and once you learn the off-peak hours or grab a bike, it becomes one of your favorite perks of living here. Number 9, the food scene isn't flashy, but it's deep. Torrance isn't filled with upscale rooftop restaurants, but it is a foodie's dream. If you know where to look, Some people regret the lack of flash, but quickly fall in love with the authenticity. The Japanese and Korean food scenes here are unmatched, and there are amazing hole-in-the-wall gems for tacos, little places like that all over the city. Great bakeries, great coffee. If you love good food and don't care if it's Instagram worthy, Torrance will surprise you in the best way. Number 10, once you're in, it's hard to leave. That is probably the most common thing I hear. I thought this would be temporary, but years later, they're still here. Why? Because once you settle in, it's hard to beat the lifestyle, the balance of calm and convenience, the tight-knit neighborhoods, the schools, and yes, even the foggy mornings. The regrets fade, but the reasons to stay just keep piling up. If you're moving to Torrance or the South Bay in general, I'd love to help you figure out where you'd best fit. I've helped families, young professionals, and retirees find the perfect spot, and I'd love to help you too. So which of these surprised you the most? Let me know in the comments. And if you already live here, what do you wish someone had told you before you moved here? Hit that like button, subscribe for more South Bay content, and I'll see you in the next one.